So it was a pretty tough in the beginning, but I like to see as a good side of things, right? So I don't complain that much. But why I'm saying that I can't complain, because I always measure size and design in a way in my mind to work around any challenge that I had, right? I was watching TV the other day with my older daughter, um, and she looked a little bit upset and disappointed something. And she was a teenager doing those noises. Ah, it's taking ages. And then I said, well, what happened? And she said, oh, it's taking ages to upload a video. And I said, well, can you give it a second, please? Can you give it a second to go to space and come back so your bloody TikTok video is uploaded? Of course, we after a while we laughed about my grumpiness about this. But that drive me to a very interesting discussion, because I was explaining to her how things work was, or at least how things used to work in my days, used to happen. And I said, well, when I need to call someone, I needed to dial and wait for the dial to come back so I could put the other number. And I hated when my friends had too many zeros on their phones. Did you record that for the older one? Well, another example was like when I needed money, I needed to go actually in the physical bank to get it. But now, with this little thing here, with the amount of features that this little thing here, it's a game changer, because it is way too many power in just one device. Agree? A recent study states that COVID-19 has sped up digital transformation by approximately 5.3 years. By working remotely, organizations are reimagining the business landscape and thinking in new ways of engaging with customers, leveraging a digital customer experience. Driving to business innovation and getting insights from data is key to reach that, especially if the data is coming from places closer to your clients or closer to where the data is being created. That drives us to the title of this video. What is Internet of Things, or IoT? What is edge computing? It is an ecosystem of connected devices that exchange data over a wired or wireless network. This device could be smartphones, laptops, smart electric appliances, smart office equipment, or any device tagged with sensors. Data generated by these devices is then shared with servers located in cloud or on-prem, where it is processed to gain insights that help in taking decisions. The IoT ecosystem can be established not only with small areas like our homes or office, but over larger areas like gated communities, university campus, or cities. Well, what you may say, oh, but you have this thing called edge computing. So what is the difference? Here's how the two technologies differ, at least in my view. In edge computing, the data processing is done locally, while in IoT devices, the data is sent to the cloud for data analysis. This is one of the most significant differences between IoT and edge devices. IoT devices have to be internet enabled for proper functioning. On top of that, imagine the amount of data that these little devices can create on a daily basis. And most of the time, or we are not aware of it, or we don't use it in our favor to improve services, to know our client better, to correct wrong assumptions that we made in the past. But don't worry, you're not alone on this. The majority of organizations also suffer from this type of enterprise amnesia related to data coming from IoT devices. Let's not forget about the economic impact made by IoT and edge computing. Because according to McKinsey, the economic value of IoT could be anywhere between $3 to $11 trillion by 2025. This does not seem a very far-fetched estimate considering that IoT is being used in manufacturing already, healthcare, automotive, industry, public safety, logistics, and energy management, organizational redesign, etc. So it is a huge market for sure. And finally, as the location where the data is created and analyzed tend to be separate for several reasons that I just stated, this implies that there is no such a thing like 100% on cloud, 100% on premise, and it is obvious that the ideal world in this case is hybrid, agree? So, want to unleash the potential of your data to drive business innovation? Please consider these 5 conversation topics that every leader must bear in mind when discussing information architecture to edge computing and IoT devices. Okay, let's go. Number 1, AI strategy. AI is driving an explosion of edge computing and IT infrastructure demands, and it is directly related to some core organization initiatives like future growth projects, new programs to be supported, understanding how far the organization would like to go with AI will drive certain requirements from the information required perspective, especially on edge and IoT. Number 2, hybrid multi-cloud. Hybrid multi-cloud platform minimize data silos and bring together disparate data across all your edge devices or your IoT devices and create a unified data lake where you can dive in and get insights to it. So by connecting all your data silos into the same place, let's put it this way, AI will be unleashed to the maximum potential and quickly delivers insights to the organization. Number 3, cyber resilience. Edge and IoT devices add some security challenges to its distributed architecture nature, right? So providing a secure and high resilient environment can reduce the risk of business disruption and financial losses to user errors or malicious destruction of the data or ransomware attacks. So considering running some cyber resilience assessment in order to build an effective cyber resilience strategy. Number 4, metadata management. Metadata is data that describes data. Attributes like file size, type, creator, date of creation, source, and many others. Making sense of huge amounts of data is challenging to organization. So having a metadata management capable of classifying data accordingly to the organization desire and the insights that you want to have is key to get value of your edge and IoT devices, especially when they are creating data and you are making sense of the data they are creating. Does it make sense? Number 5, government regulations. Government across the globe haven't taken note of this topic and they're issuing their own guidelines for IoT adoption. For example, in 2019, Australian government released a draft cybersecurity law that mandates manufacturers to ensure the device security at their level. IoT regulations in the UK have moved the onus of data security from citizens to the business who are storing and using their data. Very important. When Tim Berners-Lee proposed the framework of World Wide Web in 1981, the way for Internet of Things was paved. In 1990, John Ronke connected a toaster to the Internet and it could be switched on and off over it. In 1993, the Trojan Room coffee pot was built in the University of Cambridge Computer Laboratory. The images and videos of the pod could be viewed online. Although it is not a new technology, but only in recent times we are really experiencing the effects or the boom of IoT and edge computing. So there are some statistics or predictions that in 2025 we will have in a global scale in about of 75 billion of connected devices or IoT devices. So that could be like 5 times increase since 2015. Yeah. The reason behind these impressive numbers of growth are mainly cloud computing, big data, artificial intelligence, augmented intelligence, and 5G. The conclusion is natural. The conclusion is that the future of IoT and edge computing are really promises, and it it tend to be way more innovative and revolutionary as compared to the present days. Let's put it this way. Stay tuned. That was pretty much for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed as I am enjoying doing the series. Please leave your comments and feedback. I would love to hear from you, okay? See you next week. Kia kaha, New Zealand. Matewa. Cheers. Ciao.